Good morning. Dave in Kentucky here for another shave and some coffee and to highlight another razor. This one, I was on the fence of getting it for a while. I knew it was available. It is called The Witch. Just at the outset, the occult, the supernatural, none of that stuff interests me whatsoever. And that's why I was hesitant to get this. One of my viewers reached out and said, when I said, hey, tell me what you'd like me to shave with. If I have it, I'll use it. Mentioned, hey, this and the Superman razor, which I'm still trying to acquire one of those. But I knew I had a location I could acquire this from, and I did a little more research. And so as far as the name, marketing, everything, there's never anything around the occult or anything with it. It's just marketed as The Witch. It's just the name of the razor. It may be like a lot of razors, the name of the gentleman that came up with the patent or something. His last name might have been Witch. So just want to get that out of the way. But we have one. We're going to give it a shave. I don't know how it's going to go. How to modify a blade, and I'll get into all that. Let me give you some information from Waite's Compendium. So apparently this is from back in 1904. Paperwork on it talks about Hibbard, Spencer, and Bartlett and Company in Chicago, Illinois. But there's also paperwork showing that it was produced or made by Crescent Manufacturing in Fremont, Ohio, that did a lot of razor manufacturing for other people. So anyway, nickel plated head, bar guard, blackwood handle, nickel finish, ferrule, single edge blade, blade holder for stropping. Mine's missing that stropping. It has the handle but not the stropping head with similar handle. Place marked dull blades. No identification on the razor, but same as Crescent Manufacturing Company Witch. So here's the information from Waite's. You'll see it there, there. And if you come over here, you'll notice they came out with the new Witch down the road later, and it kind of had an angled head. In reading about it, it says some of these early ones, the head was adjustable. I guess you could tilt it or something. Anyway, let's get on to the razor itself. So I just happened to find one in a case. Reproduction paperwork for it. But there is the razor, missing the 10 blade holder. This is the stropping one without the head, and the razor itself. Let me go ahead and pull that out, and we'll set this aside. So this is just the reproduction photocopy of the paperwork, description of how to use it and so forth. Interesting, it mentions here, it's a positive fact that the Witch safety razor excels and outsells all other razors made. You cannot cut yourself or fail to give yourself a smooth, delightful shave with it. Then it tells you how to prepare the face, how to care for the razor, how the blades are warranted. You can send them in and have them resharpened for 40 cents or get a whole new pack of 10 one for 50 cents. All right, so set the paperwork aside there. Slurp of coffee. For the shave today, we're going to use Nordost by Mariston and Mann. It's a smoked orange, and we're going to use Ethos blood orange for our aftershave. We're going to whip things up with my Spartan custom with a cashmere knot for simplicity's sake today. Okay, here's the deal. The blade, basically you tilt this mechanism up. I don't think it slides out from the front, but I'm going to try to put my finger there just in case. And you pull the blade out the back. Okay. So, you can see the condition of this blade. And I've never had good success with vintage ones, so we're not even going to try to sharpen that. So I have a fresh gem blade here. And I'll show you how to, different people spine these differently. I grab it on the end there, hold the blade here in the thing, bend it that way, comes right off. Real simple, easy peasy. I'm going to save that one for one of my auto straps or whatever. So I'll set that there. Reason being is when you hold that up, you find out that that blade is not only wider than the original blade, it's also longer than the original blade. So that means that required a metal nibbler. Yes, the lengths that Dave goes to to be able to use some of these old ones, to give the viewers what they want. So, nibbled off the back, and I had to nibble off some of the side here. And that got it to the size that we needed for this. Sketchy, but so you slide this in, and this one is a little more fiddly than the original. I need to kind of hold it here, and then you pull this down and look and see that it is indeed sitting. Okay, and there you have it in there. Modified gem blade. Another sip of coffee here. I'm not near awake enough to do this. Maybe that's why I'm doing it. I'm not awake enough to know better. So we covered a lot of ground there in a short period of time. We start loading the brush here. Where are we at time-wise? 7 minutes already. So it's going to be a little longer video. My apologies, but hey, trying to highlight and showcase these razors, and it takes a little time sometimes. You want to fast forward, move ahead while I'm loading. That's fine. You might miss something very important that I'm telling you though. Not really. I don't know how this one will shave. It looks like it's a very flat design angle you have to hold it at. And honestly, the guarantee that you can't cut yourself doesn't surprise me because of how far it sits back from the guard. But that was with an original blade, which is much thicker than the gem blade. So we shall see. Let me go ahead and get some of this lather out of here. Put it to use. Okay, just some of the soap from the outside of the tub off. And we will put that where it was. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Sunday morning today. And I got some water on my glasses. I'm gonna have to correct that. Let's go ahead and finish getting this lather where we want it though. just takes the water. But it's some of the best lather, I think, out there. And I love this smoky orange scent. It's not heavy on the smoke, but just enough. All right, probably should be wearing my safety shirt. There you have it. There's the ferrule at the bottom they're talking about. It's kind of off-center too, but I noticed in the picture in the book it's off-center as well. And you can see how, make sure that blade, yeah, it's not even straight in there. Hold on a second. This gives us every opportunity to be successful. All right. I think that's as close as it's going to be. I'm hoping that it holds it steady. And doesn't slide around, because as I mentioned, it's thinner blade than the other, so I'm hoping that the tension on this bar snapping back holds it. So you can see how far back it sets, but again, not as thick a blade. So I know I'm just putting it off, right? Putting off the inevitable. Now let me heat this up a little bit. Cold metal. You can see how much lather is being left behind. And I'm applying pressure. The blade's not moved, that's good. I am cutting some whiskers. I'm starting to believe that I can't cut myself, as the advertising said. I'm just questioning the close and enjoyable shave. We'll see. I think you can hear it probably audibly that it is cutting. I know I'm getting something done, but I don't know, judging by the lather left behind with the comb. I'm questioning how close it's getting, but we'll see. Usually after the second pass, I have a better idea. thin this lather down a little bit. Having a little more success with it. Finding that angle, it's very flat where you're holding it, but then you just tilt it the slightest amount, so you have to, it's a very narrow sweet spot, I guess, is what I'm trying to get across. At least I'm getting a shave with it. Because I don't keep anything in my den that I can't get at least a shave with. A nice, successful shave, I should say. It may not be one I love and want to reach for all the time, but the razors have to be ones that I can get a good shave with and will. The cutting on it is very angle specific, getting that correct, putting some pressure on it, which isn't a good habit to learn. All right. Against the grain. I'm really believing you can't cut yourself with this, but I'm afraid to get too careless and let it prove me wrong. Not like the manufacturer is around and I can call him out on it, on his advertising. You definitely have to use some pressure. It's just that flatness, you have to hold it. I can see why they came out with the new witch and had the angled head to help you. It was no doubt pointed out to them. The difficulty in holding and maintaining that angle and curves. Alright, so let's see here. Well, I would not call it a BBS, I would say it's a DFS. It's a fine shave. Gonna be coming back. Stubble will be coming back sooner than I would like, but for the most part, very, very good on the cheeks and stuff. You hit the jawline, neck where it's harder to hold that angle. I can see why you don't see a lot of these out there. I think it said something about best one on the market, yada yada. Where are we at here? 24 minutes. I am so sorry. Simple construction, yada yada. Tempered blades. Excels and outsells. I knew it said something about that. Outsells. I don't think so, because it's almost impossible to find one of these. It's the only one I've ever seen, literally, where I saw it, and in other places. But anyway, was able to get a shave with it using a very modified gem blade. Did not cut myself. It was drying down to a very respectable shave, a nice shave. Let me hit some Humphreys here. Almost gone. I know I keep saying that. Seems to last forever when you get to the bottom. Hey, maybe it's regenerating, right? And some Ethos blood orange. Shake it up with all those all-natural ingredients in it. All right. Well, there you have it. The Witch Razor. It's just a name. Like I said, I don't know why they pulled that out in 1904. Must have been someone involved in the making of it that had the last name of that. I've seen that done with many other old razors. Seemed to be the common thing to do. People want to make a name for themselves. But anyway, Dave in Kentucky enjoyed a good shave with that. If there's a razor you want me to shave with, let me know. If I have it, I will use it. If I can get it reasonable, I will get it. Be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the forum.